evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Technic Trials with your host, Nighthawk. For this episode, we're going to get a start into red power, specifically Bluetricity. Been doing a little bit of upgrades around the underground facility here, trying to get things ready for the unveiling of the sorting machine system. Right here we have just a chest with a redstone engine drawing things out of the chest into a teleport tube. And this particular teleport tube goes to sorting. And this is one that we can hook up basically, I think, as many as we want to send into the sorting. And as long as we don't set received true, then it shouldn't cause any problems for us. Because items will just go out of here into this tube, and then they'll appear downstairs. I've also been did a little bit of upgrades on the condenser here. I set it, give it its own little teleport pipe on the condenser channel, and you can see right now it's been doing pretty well. I've dumped a whole bunch of wood and saplings and things like that into it. And then the other upgraded area that I want to look at real quick is down at the tree farm. So we're going to fly ourselves over here with our sword, actually technically jump. And basically I've made this so that it's a little bit more resistant to ending up with an overflow condition. So you can see this little cart is very efficient at gathering all this wood, way more efficient than we could ever use it. So like right now our cargo manager is empty. But you can see I added a filter here instead of the wood pipe with the redstone engine. And this filter uses a timer to trigger it, and it pushes stuff into the house. It still goes into the same chest, but I've made some additions here. Specifically is this block here that is called a buffer. And the buffer is hooked up to a wooden pipe that goes into a teleport pipe that sends over to the condenser channel. So we can put things into this buffer block here, and every so often it just automatically will eject everything into any connected wooden pipe, and it gets sent over to the condenser so that we can condense all of the excess. And then instead of the regular pipes, I'm using the redstone tubes here from the red power mod, and that way if this chest gets full, like if this gets entirely full of lumber, you can see it's over halfway full already, then all of the excess will just get redirected over to the buffer, where it will get sent over to the condenser. So we don't have to worry about ever running out of space and having all of that wood and everything else just appear or just get dumped onto the floor. And we still have the same provider tube and teleport pipe going back over to the main crafting facility. So that's the main part of the upgrades that I've made lately. So let's go back over to the farm, or not over to the farm, over to our main facility here. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, like a boss. There we go. Who needs ender balls when you can have this flying sword? Way cooler. So I've smelted up a bunch of material. I think in the last episode we went ahead and moved the machines down into the sorting room and upgraded our power distribution system here. So we've got power coming in from solar, and you can see it's basically getting used as quickly as we're generating it, so we'll need to get those upgraded before long. But we need to actually get our sorting facility in shape so that we can actually do those upgrades and make those upgrades. Ultimately, I want to see a whole bunch of MFSUs along this wall that are all feeding into the system so that we can basically charge up a whole bunch of these power teleport pipes to different places whenever we need them. So anyway, let's go take a look at... Oh, I don't want to throw that around. I've also smelted up a bunch of these blue alloy ingots and made some blue doped wafers. We're going to need a bunch of those for what we have in mind. And I got a bunch of wool out of our condenser. So if we take... Okay, come on, sprint. There we go. Let's go down here and take a look at some things. Expanded the crafting system a bit, added some more things to it, and we're going to do a little bit more expansion here in just a moment. First off, though, we're going to come down here, and you can see there's a hole going under the floor here. I'm planning on using this section to bring Blulectricity in, because we need to actually have solar panels outside in order to collect the Blulectricity. And I basically just dug this tunnel over, and my plan is to just bring it straight down from straight down this chute here, and run it underneath of the room here. Let's see. I need to put back some cobblestone here real quick, just so this is all closed back up. So it's gonna, the cable's just gonna run straight down and across underneath here and connect into a battery box that'll be sitting here. So first things we need to do is we need to go up here and teach our system how to make a battery box. So we need to collect up some, need to get some nickelite. Have less nickelite in the system than I thought I would, but 10 should be plenty. And I have tin. Let's see, what was the other thing I needed? Do I have copper on hand? I don't have any copper in hand, so we need to get a couple of copper. Let's see. Copper, copper, copper. Where are you hiding? And I seem to be short on copper right now. I need 2 to make this, and I'm going to need to get the I'm going to need to get some things out of my inventory. Let's move that up. There we go. So we need our crafting tables. We need our crafting pipes. Those must have gotten moved into this bag. Move some of these other pipes. I also made some advanced wooden transport pipes because I wanted to see if I could use those to enhance the wood farm, but they turned out not to do what I was hoping to be able to do. Okay, come up here, put the crafting tables down. So we need 2 copper, we need a tin, and we need nickelite all the way around this to give us a Blulectricity battery. And now our system knows how to make those. And to make the battery box, we need 4 of them, and some iron, and some wood. So let's go get our copper going. And I have no idea which particular chest the copper is in right now, the copper dust that is. So we'll just request it this way. And probably go up and condense another bunch of it. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just go toss this in the furnace and then run up and condense some copper bars instead, because that will go faster. So we'll stick the copper in here, take the silver out. I'm pretty sure the last episode is when we moved all of these down, so you can see kind of the general idea. They do work, but they are kind of slow right now. So once we get the sorting all worked out, then we'll need to actually do a bunch of upgrades to the power. So it's never-ending supply of things that need to be done. So there's 42. Get a couple of stacks here. I'm going to need to clear some inventory space first, though. Those I should probably stick back into one of the chests for usage. And put our diamond back up here. Stick the rest of the diamonds back in there so that they're safe. And this will do. There we go. We now have copper back. Excuse me there. We now have copper back in our system. So we can run back downstairs and get us some batteries. So let's go set this to craft. Let's take out 4 batteries. Sounds like I've got one of those nightmare things floating around here somewhere. Must be in the cave system. And let's see. I think I have everything else. So we need some wood up there. Let's see, we need iron and blue alloy ingot. Blue alloy goes there. And do I have iron on hand? I do not. And one of the other goals that I have in mind for this system is to teach it how to make all of the Blulectric, or all of the red power alloys using Blulectric alloy furnaces. That is not what I wanted to do. Oh, that was a big fail on my part. Let's try this again. I need 4 of these. Oh well, I am going to need that battery box anyway. I need... where is it? Where's the regular iron? There it is. 3 of those. Okay, take 2. I'm going to put 1 of these here. Put these, batteries, and some wood. And we're not going to take that one out. We're going to import it. So now we can make more of them as we need them. The first thing we're going to do is come down here. And basically the reason why we're going through this whole exercise is the sorting machines that we're going to be using in order to sort all of the stuff that we're going to be sending into here require Bluetricity in order to function. Yeah, if you look at the item in my inventory there, it looks like the red power items are having issues with the Sphax PureBD Craft texture pack, but it seems to only affect it while the item is in my inventory, or while it's in my hand. It doesn't seem to affect it once it's placed, which is kind of odd, but is what it is, I suppose. And so now we need to make some wires here. Actually, we need... That's going to work out anyway. And hopefully, if we're lucky, this will end up being enough wire to at least get us plugged into the solar panels that we're going to put up. I want these on my hotbar. And... okay, so apparently I can't have the torch on the same level. It's kind of weird, but whatever. And this is kind of the hard part of this whole endeavor. I will close up this whole path once we're done here. Just because I don't want to... Oh, you come over here. I don't want to have that opened up like that. But over here, we have marked out the place that this whole... Whoops. Oh, I guess I have to have that... Okay, we're going to take this and swap this way. And hopefully I can manage to... Hopefully I can manage to do this without killing myself. I really need to actually make the Swiftwolf's Rending Gale so that I can make these types of little flights up here to fix or to make stuff like this easier. Oh, this is going to be a painful thing to build. Because I've got to wait for my health to regen, or I need to... I guess I can just break out another section and pillar it. That would be effective as well, I suppose. So let's see if we have enough of these wires to hook everything up. Or at least get the... that's not going to do much. At least get it hooked up, or get the wire ran to the outside. And then we'll go ahead and make us a couple... Well, I think we only have enough resources to make one of the solar panels at the moment, which will be fine to start with, and then we'll expand it as we get more. So in order to make a solar panel for the Blulectric version, we need 8 of these blue doped wafers and a blue alloy ingot in the middle. Gives us a red power solar array, or solar panel. That's not connecting. Let's see here. I bet I actually have to take this up over the edge. I'm trying not to break out too much of the tree here, because I just want to keep that intact. So anyway, there we now have our solar panel connected. So that should be providing us some power down into our sorting room. I'm just going to put some dirt back above here, and later on I'll come back and turn this into a... make this so the wire just goes through the hole somehow. Possibly with jacketed wire or something like that, maybe. For now, we're just going to break this back down to the staircase and head back over and check out our battery box. So you can see it's looks like it's getting just a very low trickle charge right now. So it may take a considerable amount of time to charge at the current power level. In order to increase that speed, which we're going to need to do anything with the Blulectric furnaces or anything like that. So it looks like it's slowly building up charge. We are going to need to make more solar panels though. And we have enough wafers to make one more. We just need to make another blue alloy ingot. Unfortunately, for production's sake, for building things, we can't actually use equivalent exchange for that process. So that's kind of annoying. But we should, in this box somewhere around here, have the Nicolite in order to make a bunch more. Let's toss another stack of Nicolite in here. We'll have to go hunt for, go get some more of that at some point as well. Or we'll probably start putting together some quarries in the semi-near future as well, just to bring in resources quicker. Oops, this mode. So put our blue alloy ingot in the middle and surround it with these blue doped wafers. And we get another solar panel. So let's go put this solar panel down outside. There we are. And we're going to put this one right here. They will, as long as they're adjacent to each other, they will each feed power through the system all the way out to the end one. So you don't have to actually have them all individually wired up, which is nice. So you can see the power is slowly building up. The sorting machines don't take a whole lot of power, but we don't want to. We will want to have a pretty good supply of solar panels extended out into the system before we get too far into our sorting system. And we may need to shift position of this down a little bit to make it easier to run wiring. I'm not sure entirely yet. I may move everything up the wall a little bit. But anyway, you can see this is where all of the items that are dumped into sorting get put. So whenever we dump items into the chest up there, or we make ourselves a temporary dumping station, it'll all just drop into this chest, and from that chest we'll pull it out and run it around this room here and sort everything out. So let's see here. I think we have already taught the system how to make filters, so let's look at the sorting machine. For the sorting machine, we need a filter, we need red doped wafers, and a bunch of iron. So we have a filter already on hand, we have our blue alloy ingot, and we have a whole bunch of red doped wafers. And there's actually more in a chest upstairs. And I know that there is a way of doing this, doing the sorting with the logistics pipes, but the advantage of doing it with the red power system is we won't have to worry about overflow. We won't have a situation where things can just fall out of the pipes, which is kind of important for keeping the whole world in a sane state. We don't want to have the whole world fall apart or lag to death just because we didn't catch an overflow situation soon enough. So filter in the middle with red doped wafers on either side. So here's our filter. That goes down here. Not the blue one, I want red ones. And iron. And import it into the system. So now we can go upstairs and move our wafers, or not our wafers, but our blue alloy ingots. Take these and stick them in this chest, and we'll stick red wafers in here as well. We will end up with a pretty large number of sorting machines ultimately, I think, because we'll want to get to a fairly fine-grained system at some point. Kind of what I have in mind is a whole room full of chests where each item has its own little chest, or at least any item that we have large quantities of, like any of the bars, will probably end up with one chest each and different things like that. So let's grab... apparently I need more gold. I must need gold for the filters. So let's see here. Let's go upstairs. I should have just done this upstairs. It would have been easier. Would have been much easier. Let's see. Do we have any gold? We don't have any gold bars left. Well, that's annoying. This should give us enough gold bars. I really did not want to dump all of the glass in here. Give me that glass back. There we go. That should do for a while. Put that up there. Let's get 2 of these to start with. You can see all this stuff jumping out of the boxes. I do want to end up with where all of these teleport pipes that are in the logistics system are just single one-to-one paths, so we don't have items bouncing back and forth, because that gets kind of annoying. So for sorting machines, we take... I probably should go ahead and make a screwdriver as well, because I'm sure I'm going to need that. That's just an iron ingot and a stick. So give me 1 stick and 1 iron ingot. There we go. The screwdriver is used to change the facing of these red power items. I think we want it this way. So this is the horribly complicated looking interface for the sorting machine. And I think I may move this teleport pipe. Let's see, I gotta figure out how I'm going to set all of these up before I get too far into this. But the basic idea is that you set... Let's see, how do these... I may have to look at these options. But basically the general idea is that you set up each of these columns with the items that you want to sort at this level. And you can give it a default path for any items that don't match it. And you set a color on these, and it will send all of the items that match the pattern into the pneumatic pipe system that's attached, where it will, and it can attach the colors so that you can have it go into specific boxes or go to different paths depending on the color. And basically you paint your pneumatic tubes to match the colors. So kind of the first challenge I've got to figure out here is how to start with getting the power all connected in here. And I think because it doesn't really matter about the pathing of the wires doesn't really matter too much. I think what I'm going to do for this sorting machine is just hook it directly up to the incoming wire this way, and then we'll take the pneumatic tube straight up off of it. And I think I also need to have a redstone signal that triggers it to actually move items out, which means I will need to hook up redstone wire, or the red power wire, to the front of it. But for the moment, what we're going to do is, first of all, come over here and request more. Oh, where are they? I know I taught them to the system. There they are. We'll request 20 more of them. Look at it spitting them out. And there we go. What we'll do first of all is see if we happen to have some chests on hand, and we don't. I think the final output chests are going to end up being crystal chests or something along those lines, just so that they'll show their items. But there's also another kind of buffer that works with red power. I think, no, it's not a buffer, it's a relay. And this one. This one takes a transposer, a buffer, so I do need to make that other buffer as well. Did I teach the system how to make transposers? Because that would actually be... That would also be a handy thing to have on there. Nope, just filters. So I may have a couple more items that I need to teach to the system. And it looks like I'm probably not going to have a completely working demo here. That has all kinds of crap in it. Chest. Yes, we'll have a working kind of demo going here in a moment. As soon as I can move again. I think I'll just toss that across the room. So we'll set this here. And then we'll go and we're going to take... Actually, we'll leave a cobblestone in there because we have a ton in our inventory. And we're going to say that cobblestone goes to the... I think actually the way I think the option I have right now basically is saying anything that matches in the inventory space here will just go out to the colors on the bottom, and everything else goes out. I think this is the mode I want. I've got to look at the modes again and figure out for sure. So as a temporary solution though, that should have done something. It has a connected inventory. Okay, let's try connecting you to the side. No go. So let's see here. I'm missing something obvious, I'm sure. I may have to actually paint the pipe before it will work, which means I need... I'm going to need flaxseed, and I'm going to need tin plates, which is tin and iron. I've got tin. Let's go up and see if we can make some of this stuff real quick. Kind of getting on the longer side here, but I want to at least get a working demo of this real quick, if I can. Two more of those. How did I end up with wooden planks in there? I think something funky must have happened. Okay, let's take these back out, because we don't really need a bunch of these right now. that. I don't need the arrows. We'll stuff a couple of these in here just so we're not littering all over the place. And let's see, flax seeds. Do I have flax seeds somewhere over in this area? I've got pumpkin seeds and melon. There's a flax seed. That's good enough. I've really got to get some of this stuff out of my way. We'll put this stuff in the sorting box. That'll be fine. Let's see, where was I at? I was looking for... I've got the flaxseed. What I was looking for was to take the diamonds out, so I could put the flax seeds in the condenser without making 10 billion of them. I've got flax seeds. I need a bone meal. We put paint can, put some bone meal, put some flax, gives us white paint. And then we need to make a paintbrush, which is a stick and a piece of wool. So let's grab a stick. And we're going to take a stick, a piece of wool, and there's our white paintbrush. Put those in there. I don't know why, for some reason I seem to have a real hard time getting him to sprint, or getting to actually sprint here. Okay, let's try this. I don't know why this isn't working. This should work. It must not be seeing the alchemical chest as a connected inventory. Right, so let's grab another chest. And we'll replace the alchemical chest. I really wanted the alchemical chest there just for the extra space. I didn't want to have to risk possibly running out of room. So let's try changing this back to white. Take this one back to nothing, and let's see if this works. I wonder if I have it upside down. Oh, there it goes. Let's try putting the alchemical chest back in there, just to see if that was the whole problem. That's not what I wanted. Okay, apples go in there, that goes in there. Oh, that can go in there too. That was the whole problem. So now, what I want to see if I can make it do is work on a stack at a time instead of in single items. And then we'll need to set up a timer that hooks into, that has the red wire going to all of the sorting machines that we build. But the basic idea is we just mark out items in the inventory here, pointing to specific spots, and have a default location, default route pointing to the next stage of the sorting. And We dump our inventory into the sorting box, turn everything on, and it just makes everything move through the system and ultimately end up in individual boxes. So now that the general idea is here, I will probably spend a bit of time building out the actually finish building out the first stages of this system. And pretty soon we'll be able to take a look at it and see it in action. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and hit like on the videos. And if you have any suggestions, please leave comments. I do read all my comments and try to respond to as many as I really have a chance to. And anyway, hope you guys have a great evening, and thanks for watching. Bye.